What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Into My GT Entertainment, and I am Joel. Nice to see you here on this hot day. And what we are going to discuss, and I can't believe it myself, is the year ownership of Nightwing. Yes, it's about a couple weeks shy, but yes, we have owned Nightwing for over a year. And I just want to go through some of the things I like, some things I wish were changed, the things that I've changed in it, and so on and so on. So this will be kind of probably a quick video, but let's get to it. Okay everyone, so what we are going to start off with is things that I needed to get done with warranty, and then other things that were kind of on the recall list. I don't really have a lot of stuff on the recall list except for something that just came out, but I'll show you some of the things that have been added to prevent future issues and things that, you know, have been taken care of. Okay. So when I first got this car, it had a door rattle. It was on the passenger side over here, and what it was is these little plastic pieces right here. When you slam the door or shut the door, it would go drrrr. It was a loose piece of plastic or a broken pin or whatever the case was. So that got replaced on the warranty for it, so that got taken care of. Another thing was the roof rail. I did not know this when I first took it up to them, but this part was lifted up. There is issues with some of these. If it gets too high or whatever, water will seep in and then leak. They'll travel down the channel and go in the car, and yeah, it's a whole thing. But I thought it was just a plastic they had to replace. No, they replaced the whole rail. Like I was saying, this whole roof rail was replaced and put in brand new. So as you can see, these are in. I did have an issue with the plastics, these parts fading. I had the car for like a month and they were already faded. I don't know if it was because the truck itself came from the beach area, so I got that all taken care of also. Let's move in. Continuing with the theme up here, the actual sunroof was replaced, the glass. If you see this gasket that rolls around and comes over here to this corner and back out, well, right here in this corner it was pushed in. And then I thought, you know, all they had to do is put a new sealant. No, they just replaced the whole glass because the glass and the gasket are built together. The reason why I noticed it, for one thing, when I was driving, I kept hearing like wind noise. And it wasn't bad at low RPMs, but then, you know, as we got a little quicker, it got a little worse. And one day I was detailing the car up here and noticed that that was pushed in. I took it to my local dealer. They ordered it, put it in, not a problem. Okay, there was one recall on the car, and it was for the screen. So when you do the backup on it, the screen itself would turn blue and mess up. I never had the experience of that happening to me, but I got that in a letter. I took it up. They did a software update, and it's kind of a temp fix. It's funny because I just got another letter for the same thing, software update, blah blah blah. So yeah, I guess they still haven't fixed that part of it yet. But again, I haven't had the experience of the screen turning blue, locking up, doing whatever. Now that I've made this video, it'll do it. But until then, we're okay with that. Okay, now we're at the part of the video of what I have added to this vehicle to make it my own. A lot of people do it in the ST community, but like I said, some people take different routes, some people use different products, and I'll let you see what I did to mine. So we'll start under the hood. See you in a sec. Man, this thing looks good clean. Okay, so under here, I did what most people do when they want performance out of this vehicle. Did the Whipple intercooler. As you can see, there's my little Whipple Mega intercooler sticker. It helps with the temps in there. You can do more runs on it. It stays cooler. And if you would see the one that came out versus the one that came in, I guess the one that was in these cars originally was the same one that was in the Focus ST, Focus, or the whatever, the Edge maybe, and it was a narrow, small intercooler, and I got that in the garage, so I might just show you that compared to the Mega Cooler. So the Mega Cooler literally takes up all that front space on here, and it's hard to see going in, but it's all there in its glory. And then we also changed the intake to it, the cold air intake with an AFE. I kind of went back and forth between this and FemFab. I kind of like the look of it. The FemFab might have been a little better, and it would have gave you a blow-off valve, where the 22s do not have a blow-off valve at all. So it's kind of what you want, what you don't want. I'm kind of glad I didn't get the blow-off valve, because I don't know if I want to hear every time I come off gear or what have you. I am a little older, so maybe the younger people that have this would want that, so it's something to note. If not, it is what it is, and the 22s do not have it. I also went with the ECU plate, just because I thought it was a little different. I might do like some of the other guys have on the forums, get another little insert, maybe a red insert, so the ST will be red, just like on the badges right here. So we're gonna have to see how that all plays out. But for the most part, that is all that's under here. I did change out the strut tower brace with the Steeda. It came with the Steeda kit that I got. I'll show you what all that's entailed in a moment. Like the normal one was just a black one that went across. This is a little beefier, it's a little thicker, and it adds a little different flavor. And I've seen a lot of people go ahead and paint that the same color as the car and such and such. So I'm just going with the black theme in here for right now. The only colors in here are the colors that came with it. So we'll move on to something else. Just to get a chuckle, that was the intercooler that was in the ST. Yeah, double that, double and a half. That's what's in there now. So yeah, now you can see why people do it. And how could I forget, I had ordered the hood struts for the vehicle, and these are actually found on eBay. They're not my typical buy. I usually get the Sportline ones, but I didn't want to drill into the hood right now. These are eBay ones. They mount to the mount here, and then there's a hole right here that usually has a little pop like this. You take that out, you fish in the bolt, you tie it in there, and then it is taken care of, and it works great. It's out of your way, you don't have nothing in your hands, so it's kind of good to go. But I forgot about that part, so yeah, I think Ford should add this with everything. I don't know why they do not, but I think it's one of those things, just like garage door openers. I think every car should have a garage door opener. I think every car should have hood struts. So at least the new Mustang that's coming will have those. One more thing that was added was the JLT oil separator, or now as they're known as OSC. So it's the same company, it's just they got their own thing going on. But as you can see, it is still a JLT, and that was added right at the get-go. I did it with my first oil change, and it had a little bit in there, but it's not as bad as the Jeep for sure. And like I said, I think it's one of those must-haves for every car, so we'll go with that. We will just move around to the outside of the car. As you can see, I have my Belgians on here. I don't have the exact number in my head at the moment. I'm old, I forget things. But yeah, I think that made a hell of a difference with this car. I do have another set, the Ferraras. I'll show you those. They have their own set of tires, and I think those, I'll swap back and forth with these sets. They look great. They're 22s, and they are, to not quote you wrong, 285 40 22s, and they're all around. So that's what they look like, and I think they look awesome on here. And as you can tell, the car is a little low. Now I am running the Steeda lowering springs for the Explorer STs. Like I said, it doesn't give it a massive drop in the rear, but the reason for that is if you ever want to tow, you have that play. If you have a car that is slammed already down to where the front is, then when you try to tow something, it's going to rub or cause you some other issues along the way. This way I have that door open. Now if towing is never in your forte, then I would probably go with maybe the Lethal Performance, and I know there's other brands that make them, so like I said, that is just kind of a personal preference and what you're trying to get into. But I just wanted to explain why I went with what I went, and what may be the future. I might be towing stuff, you never know. So on with the program. All right, just because I said I would let y'all know and see, these are my Ferraras. They were on the car at one point. I switched them out to the other ones, and like I said, I'll probably swap back and forth on these. These have a little bigger tire on it, a little bigger, a lot bigger. It's a 305 35 22 on these. I put these tires on here and put them here, and they have not moved since. Like I said, there'll be the day where I'll swap them out. Probably when I do the brake job on it, I'll go ahead and move them around and see how they stay clean and go from there. But these are brand new meats on the tires. So, and then the strut tower brace that was on there was this one right here, and as you can see, it's it's kind of flimsy. That's why I like the other one. It was more of a round steel versus that. This probably does the job pretty well. And then there is the front and rear sway bars that I have. So yeah, work has been done, and those are my Steeda wheel, my Shelby wheels that I had originally on the car. Those are Pam's Veridays. One day those will go back on her car, don't know when. So, and then got tires, and those are my California special wheels that I just saved to save. All right, kids, get out your haterade, because this is always a great topic. We're going to talk about the running boards and the mud flaps. I know y'all love to talk about them, so let's talk. All right, I went with the WeatherTech mud flaps on here. I think it just adds a different look to the car. It is sporty. Hey, it runs 11 seconds, high 11s. Let me not lie to you, but high 11s with the way it sits right now. And that is on E30. E50, I probably get a little more juice out of it, but you know, it isn't a Mustang killer, but it will hang with some Mustangs. Step rails, running boards. These are my Romic running boards. I had them on my 2020 XLT. I loved these running boards. And people go, hey, your car is lowered, why do you have them? Well, multi reasons. I like the look of them on the car, so it goes to preference. I carry my mom around, which is an 80-year-old woman that she has trouble getting in and out of stuff, so this kind of gives her a little helping hand to it. So it's kind of again, trying to help out the elderly a little. And sometimes you just want to do an extra step or hang on the car, and it'll help you clean the roof a little better. So there's a lot of differences that you can use it for. But if you ever want the running boards, go to Romic. I've done a couple of videos on it. They will hook you up, and they are great. They're sturdy. They have a lifetime warranty on the parts. I messed up one of the frames on the bottom. They sent me a whole new kit, no questions asked. So heads up to them, and thanks a lot. But we'll go ahead and move on. I went ahead and put the rain guards on here, the WeatherTech rain guards. When I first ordered these, they only made the front ones. Now they have front and rear, and I put them on there to have them. I mean, I like to have the windows cracked when you're running, you're not running the air, but it's raining and type deal. It's great. Get some ventilation. You don't get wet. They don't do anything crazy, so it doesn't add any horsepower, but you know, they're never permanent. You can pop them out if you don't like them. So we'll keep on going. This sticker right here will add 10 horsepower to your car, just to let you know. So moving on to the rear, I went ahead and did the Borla attacks with the black chrome tips on here. They look amazing. They are so much better than what came factory. Factory had the down tips to it. They look like dual exhaust, but you know, they came out through the bottom instead of the top. Again, I don't know why Ford did that, and I'll probably never know. But like I said, they look amazing, and they sound pretty good too. Let me turn them on for you. That is not your dad's exhaust. See this little sticker right here? I usually don't put a lot of brand stuff on my car, but I'm very impressed with ZFG, Adam there. He did do the tune on this car, and it runs immaculate. I have not had a problem with the tune at all. Just one time when I went to E50, I put a little too much E in it, but that was on me. But other than that, the car is great. I would get more tunes, but at the price of tunes and the way life is going these days, I can't afford it, because he has now a trans brake tune. There's a map tune for every mode. So you got one for your towing, you got one for your sports mode, and so on and so on. So maybe down the road we will probably venture into that. Or if you ever watch my videos, give me a hookup. One thing that I wish they did do is with the amber lighting, and I know they have to do what they have to do to pass whatever, but Houston Speed Freaks, if you watch my videos, I'm going to hit you up, because I know you do the LED bulbs and turn signals. So we're going to go ahead and brighten up the rear of this a little bit. But like I said, other than that, she is staying the way she is for a while. Okay, now we are at the segment where I wish they would change things or kind of update their build quality on stuff. So let me show you what I'm talking about. Okay, by the interior of this car, it is immaculate. I love it. I wish the wireless charger was in a different spot, or somewhere where they could be moved to work better, because my Samsung phone will not fit on there. My son's 14 Max won't fit there. So unless you have the older styles or no cases, or still the older style with no cases, it's not going to work out for you. They do have the kit that can go inside that little compartment, which I had in there, but like I said, you would have to have the door open, and it was just kind of, it was good concept, but the idea just didn't work out for me. So I wish that was changed. The seat quality. Now, as you can see, this little spot right here, that may be a future issue. I'm hoping not. The car only has 5,500 miles on there, so we got some time. But I've seen where a lot of the stuff has come apart in other people's cars and stuff like that. So something to look out for. Like I said, I haven't had any problems with these parts breaking. I've seen a lot of people say, well, you know, they've kicked it or done whatever to it and it snapped. So hopefully it won't get there. But like I said, for the most part, it's good. Like I said, I just worry about that because it looks like it's under some type of stress, and you know, that people sit, shit breaks, right? So we'll hope nothing goes on, but if not, I got it documented. Okay, one of the things that I've noticed is these piano black moldings here, here, and back here. The camera probably won't pick it up so much, but it's very susceptible to scarring, scratching, and so on and so on. Like I said, I have it on kind of almost every piece. Now I know you could sit there and do a wrap for it to fix it, but again, this is something I wish that Ford would take care of prior to. I know there's the aftermarket to take care of stuff, but when you pay 60 grand for a truck, you know, you don't want it to get all marred up for no particular reason, just because it's the products that they use. So that I wish they would take care of a little better. And you know, I'm sure if it gets super bad or cracks, you know, Ford will take care of it. But other than that, you know, it's just kind of an eyesore for someone that tries to keep their stuff clean. You know, it kind of gets in the way. All right, these buttons. Now, I have not experienced it yet with this car, but my 2020 XLT, these right here started to peel at one point, and then as they peeled, they got sharp. You know, so they got jagged edges and stuff. So it kind of looks like they have the same stuff in 2022. Hopefully not, but I have seen again with the forums and people talking online that has happened. Ford will replace it, but you know, what if it doesn't happen for 30,000, 30-some thousand miles? You kind of ass out and you have to get your own switch. But like I said, that is something that I think they should have taken. They had a couple years of figuring out what would work and what doesn't work. You know, and you know, sometimes people get lazy. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? This dude never works, I swear. What am I gonna do with his ass? Anyway, back to the truck. Okay, another thing that I wish Ford would take care of is I have the performance pack braking with this car. The difference between the street pack and the performance pack is the brake pads, from what I'm understanding. So you pay $500 more for just having the bigger brake, or the carbon ceramic, whatever the brake pads are, whatever makes it different. I really don't know. It was just part of the package of the car when I bought it. I didn't care if it had it or didn't have it, but you know, it's one of those things. So since this is their sports utility ST, you know, sports trim, I think they should have done better with the braking package. First of all, the pads that are on here are garbage. I know it's hard to tell in the video, but inside the barrels, I could sit there and clean these, take the wheels off, clean them, put them on, go up the street and come back and they're dirty again. The brake pads are trash. I have a set of cross drill rotors and carbon ceramic brake pads for this truck. They are inside waiting to get put on. I haven't done it because if y'all don't know, a couple years ago I had a triple bypass and I'm fine, I'm good, but doing certain movements or type of work kind of sets me back a couple days. So you know, I'm okay while I'm messing with it, and then for like a week later I'm just in pain because I don't know if they put Humpty Dumpty back together the same way. But I digress. brake pads, rotors. I think these cars should have came with maybe a set of cross drills, an upgraded set of ceramic pads, just because it's the ST. People are gonna mess with them. They're not gonna sit there and just baby the car. You might have the few that buy it just because they just want to buy the higher end. Then you got people like me or my friends that will kind of push it a little bit. Now, I'm not at Jake status by any means, because I'm not trying to dog it everywhere I go. That's why it looks the way it does. It has no issues, and I don't have to keep messing with it. But for the most part, those are the things that I think I would change. One more thing, and this is kind of, I understand why they do it, but body moldings on here, I think they would have looked good if they would have continued with the color match down the side and around versus the plastic. Now, I know why they did it, so if something bounces on the street or whatever, it's more of a plastic repair. It's simple to snap in and out. Don't have to worry about paint. You know, if something pushes against it, it's not going to be bad. Versus a painted front end or whatever, a chip, whatever. So you can get rocks hitting this all day long. It's not going to matter. You get them up here on your paint, you know, you got some issues. So I think that is what kind of their thinking behind it is. Appearance wise, it probably would have looked better paint match, and I have seen people that have done the color match on it. I'm not going to worry so much about that now. Maybe in the future, if something happens and that opportunity arises, we'll take care of it. But until then, I'm not sweating that. But those are the things that I think should have been looked at a little better, and you know, probably tweaked. The exhaust itself, like I said, I don't know the reasoning behind why it shoots out the bottom with dual exhaust. It's still a dual exhaust, but it just shoots out the bottom, which is weird when you see it on videos. But you know, that's why they make the aftermarket, correct? So with that being said, let me tell you what I'm planning on doing, or the last things that I'm planning on doing. I'm not going to do too much more to her for a while. And here are the rotors for the ST. Just want to show you, got them in the boxes. Okay, so the things that I still have on my board that I want to do is a set of downpipes for it, and then it'll have full exhaust. I don't know how much more of a difference it makes. The way that these cars are built, pretty much I could put it back to stock and drive it the way it is, and it's not going to matter. It's not going to be as peppy without the tune, but it's not going to matter. Everything that is on this car will work without a tune. The cold air intake, the intercooler, everything. It won't throw no codes, so it's kind of is what it is. But like I said, maybe a set of downpipes. I told you about the cross drill rotors and brakes. I could show you those in a moment if you want. I want to get those done, and I think that's pretty much it. I don't know anything else that I needed to do or need to do. I've done a lot within this year of getting Nightwing and getting stuff done. Like I said, it's not a bad ride. It's great. I took it to Asheville, Tennessee for the ST trip, performance school. It drove great. It did like almost 28 miles to the gallon on the interstate. So, you know, it does good when you're out of stop and go traffic. Usually it sits around 16, 17 around town. And again, I don't drive it that much, so sometimes it lies to you. It's only taking the average of what you're driving. I've done one oil change on it at, you know, 5,000 miles because it said I needed to. I don't think I really did, but it's all done. That does remind me about something. Hold on. All right, guys, this thing right here. This is the Ford factory drain plug. It is plastic now. It is in the S550s, the 18s and up. It is in the Exploders, and it will probably be in the new Mustang. Why they went to plastic, I don't know. What I ended up doing, I bought the UPR one. It's a metal one, and it's reusable. You don't have to swap it out every couple times. Like I said, This is the model number. It is a metal one. It's a whole lot nicer. It has the magnet on the end, so if you have, it'll let you know if you're getting any fragments in your motor, so on and so on. So again, for cheaping out, cars going up in price, parts are getting cheaper to make, I suppose. But yeah. And one more thing that I forgot to mention that I did add was the AWR subframe differential mount. Probably just a differential mount. I just like adding words. I got that put on right soon when I got this car. Started reading about the 1 bolt, 2 bolt, whatever she said, he said stuff. Mine had the 1 bolt, obviously still at 2022, but I went ahead and hit up Allie and them and got this put on, and I haven't had no issues. Hopefully it prevents issues. Now, since I've got this put on, there have been a couple, let me flip this around. There has been a couple other companies that have made them. FemFab makes one, AWR, or is it ARW? AWR I'm gonna go with. Steeda makes one that looks kind of beefy. Another company makes one. So if you're still running the 1 bolt and you get on your car a little bit, I would probably get one of those from at least one of the makers. Like I said, I'm running this one and I had not a lick of problem, and the car is running pretty decent. So it's all to your preference and what you like. The Steeda one looks pretty beefy. It looks pretty, but how often are you down here looking at it, right? So as long as it does the job, I think that's the main point. So let's go ahead and wrap this up. I got a question for you guys, which is off subject but kind of on subject. See, I got the red and silver SE badges. Well, since I did the class, I got the black and silver ones. So should I go with the black ST badges and then smoke the tail lights? Because again, I'm thinking about redoing the lights themselves so they'll be brighter, so it might give us a little bit of extra playroom there. But you know, smoking this in black tint, I don't know about here. Maybe I'll leave that white. Maybe I'll do a lighter smoke on that, and then go with the black badges. Someone told me to do black badges in the rear, leave the red one in the front, but I don't know about that. I think I'm more of a kind of balanced type of person, so I kind of want to get with the program, you know. So if I change this one to the black one, will it kind of disappear into the grill, or do you think it'll look good? Inquire your minds, want to know. Touching back on a base that I did earlier with the charging pad, whatever, on this car, as you could see, that just doesn't work. It doesn't work up, it doesn't work down, and you know, it just kind of, you know, it just don't do it, you know. So what I did, I went to Pro Clip, because I think I saw it on a forum. Pro Clip makes this clip that goes on the outside of the panel right here. It goes down and hooks over, and this also hooks. It does not mar or damage any of your stuff. It just clips on. I think it has a double-sided tape right here to keep it from sliding, but again, that's easy to get off if need be. I went with the powered one, so of course you have the power under there, you know, so I just ran the cord over and around and up to it, and then now you got your phone holder, wireless charging, ready to go, and it's in a good spot right here. You could get one that goes here, or you can get a vent mount if need be. I wanted to keep my vents open for air, so that's why I went with that. But again, with the Pro Clip, if you look it up, you know, they have them for many different cars and styles, so it's not just the Explorers, Mustangs, or whatever. There's a lot of different ones. I'm even thinking about getting one for the Mustang, because they have it where it kind of attaches under the clip but away from the air vent. So we'll have to see that. But again, I just wanted to show you that, hey, there is options out there. It's pretty sturdy. Like I said, I've have it on there and it doesn't move around and do whatever, so there you go. And one more thing that I did add to the truck that wasn't there. Is it necessary? I don't know, but it's good to have it just in case. I have the AFE front sway bar, and I have the Steeda rear sway bar. Now, the Steeda kit came with the lowering springs, the sway bar, and the strut tower brace. So that's why I got all those pieces parts together. I didn't know AFE made that at one point. Thanks to Tyler for hooking me up on that and letting me know that they did make it, and I went ahead and got one of those. It stiffened up the car. People think that these run stiff the get-go, but now put those on and hit a corner at like 60-70 miles an hour. You'll be able to tell the difference. It stays planted, no tire squeak, nothing. It's just, it goes. So it does great. Like I said, you gotta remember you're in an SUV. It is a little top heavy, but you know, you lower the centrifugal force of it, or the lower the center of gravity, excuse me, not centrifugal force. And like I said, you got a little rocket, you know, man. So like I said, now I think I'm good. I think I've got every touch point, everything I wanted to let you know within the year. And like I said, it only has 5,687 miles on it within a year. So as you can see, I don't drive a lot, and a lot of that was buying it from the breach and bringing it home and driving to Asheville for the ST performance class. So with that being said, we'll go ahead and close out this video. And if there's other things that I have left out, or things that y'all want to know about the ST itself, like I said, I have a special car coming, and as y'all should know, I have a 2024 Mustang GT coming. It's in production now, so hopefully that will be visiting the channel. It should be late September, October, that hopefully I have my hands on it, and then it opens up a whole new ball of wax of content. I'm trying to get with some vendors, maybe get some stuff from Steeda, you know, maybe work with getting it lowered. It has MagnaRide. It has everything pretty much that you could get on it. I didn't get a dark horse. There's a video of why I didn't do that. The cost efficiency to it and what I want it for wasn't there. These cars are still pretty expensive. You know, this one's gonna be right hovering around 60-ish after tax and title. So, you know, it's brand new. I got a lot of toys here now, and I was even thinking about selling one of the Mustangs, you know, at one point, because, you know, I have to insure everything, and everything's got full coverage. And if you haven't insured 6 cars, it's great. But anyway, that's a whole different. If you want financial advice, don't come to me, because I'm really bad at that. But anyway, let me go ahead and finish up this video. I'm gonna park this back in the garage, and we'll see you in a sec. All right, that is the video, all said and done. I'm glad y'all stuck to the end and got to see my beautiful face say, see ya. But that is Nightwing. That is 1 year. That's all the upgrades I've done. That is all the stuff that has been fixed or recalled or done with warranty at this moment in time. More to come, I'm sure, but hopefully not. But if y'all like this type of video, like I said, I have a new car coming, Yellow Splash 2024 Mustang. It's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting. Definitely buying a warranty, because first year car, you know, shit happens, right? But till that day, we'll still continue making videos. We'll still keep looking at Minion's car, Nightwing, Stormy, Electra, and then we have poor old Metheus over here in the front. But we'll get all these together one day, meet up with the gang, and have some fun. So we'll catch you on the next video. Peace.